differences between Español and English. These two languages share Latin roots, however, they are from different linguistic families. Spanish is a Romance language, whereas English is a Germanic one. You might think these two languages have nothing in common, but as a matter of fact, they share some similarities, such as morphology and syntax. However, this is not the only level in which they are similar. 40% of the lexicon in the English language is influenced by French, and due to the globalization, little by little, Spanish words have been accepted in the English language and vice versa. One of the main differences between these two languages is the way they articulate sounds. In other words, they differ in the phonological level. In Spanish, there are 5 vowel sounds, while in English, there are 12. Also, in the English language, it's very common to find clusters, which is a group of 3 consonant sounds. Now, you could say it will be very difficult for a Spanish speaker to recognize these sounds, but there is a tendency to assimilate them. This is to replace the phoneme with a similar sound from their mother tongue. Another level in which Spanish and English can be compared is the morphological level. This level of the language deals with the way words change in order to fit in a syntactic context, as well as with word formation. Although both languages have morphemes to indicate plural, Spanish applies that plural to gender, articles, adjectives, and all possible conjugations of verbs, while English can only pluralize nouns. In word formation, however, English offers more opportunities to change through suffixes the part of speech a word belongs to. This is, if you add a suffix to a verb, it automatically becomes a noun, or if you do that with a noun, it becomes an adjective, and so on. In the syntactical level, there are a bunch of differences, from the use of articles to the word order. However, these two languages need the same elements to make a sentence: subject, verb, object. Both follow that structure. But due to the fact that Spanish can adapt its words to syntactic context, it can dispense with the subject because the verb already gives that information. English, on the other hand, needs the subject at all times, otherwise the sentences will not be clear. To compare these languages in the semantic level is an exhausting and almost impossible task, not only because of the amount of the words, but because of the multiple senses of the meaning each word has. In addition to this, there is the fact that each language forms its lexicon accordance to its environment, so it would be almost impossible to have the exact shade of meaning in another language. When it comes to semantics, it all depends upon how you look at it, which leads to the next and last topic, pragmatics. In this field, it is very difficult to establish similarities because here, linguistic systems are not the only things being compared, but cultures as well. To talk about pragmatics is to talk about social contexts that will determine the tone of your voice, the way you speak, the words you use, and the way you behave. So far, the main differences of these languages and some similarities have been exposed, but it is important to remember that neither is best than the other. They are just two different ways of perceiving the world, and contrastive analysis is a very helpful tool for those who seek for understanding of languages, furthermore, of cultures.
Created using Powtoon.